Jen, also known as She-Hulk, and her friend Pug are trying to send a signal to Spider-Man, because Pug wants to thank Spider-Man for helping him in the past. So when Spider-Man finally shows up, Pug introduces himself and says he wants to help him take legal action against J.Jonah Jameson, the man who runs the Daily Bugle, because Jonah has been writing false and damaging stories about Spider-Man just to boost the newspaper's popularity, and Spider-Man agrees with him. Later, Peter tells his girlfriend MJ about the lawsuit, and MJ says that if he wins, he should use the money to help others, since he's winning it as Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. So on the day of the court hearing, Pug and Jen talk about the case and feel confident, especially because J.Jonah Jameson's own son has agreed to be their witness. When the hearing starts, Pug tells the judge that Spider-Man is a hero who has saved many lives, and not a villain like the newspaper claims. So he then calls John Jameson to testify against his father in the Daily Bugle. Mr. Jameson tells the judge that Spider-Man once saved his life, and if Spider-Man hadn't shown up in time, he would have died. But after the rescue, his father ran a front-page story in the Daily Bugle accusing Spider-Man of setting up the whole thing, even though NASA never found any evidence of that. Next, a police officer steps forward and says that Jonah once tried to convince him to arrest Spider-Man, claiming he had proof that Spider-Man was actually Sandman, Electro, or Mysterio, but each time, he turned out to be wrong. Jonah then jumps in to defend himself, saying it was Peter Parker who gave him those photos, but the judge tells him to stay quiet. After that, Pug calls Ms. Brandt, and asks her about a warehouse fire caused by Dr. Doom, which Jonah had blamed Spider-Man for as well. And Ms. Brandt says Jonah told her to blame Spider-Man because it would sell more newspapers. Then another employee from the Daily Bugle testifies, saying that half of their ad budget went toward billboards with slogans like Spider-Man Myth or Menace, and that this alone boosted the paper's sales by 300%. Finally, Spider-Man himself makes a dramatic entrance into the courtroom, swinging in on a web, but Jonah's lawyer objects to his presence, saying they can't prove it's really Spider-Man behind the mask. But Spider-Man shuts him down, asking who else he thinks would show up swinging on a web. But then Pug pulls out a special device used by the Avengers to confirm their members' identities, which he uses it to prove to the judge that the person in front of them really is Spider-Man. Spider-Man then tells the court that most of Jonah's claims about him are false, explaining that even when the Daily Bugle mentioned real events, they were twisted to make him look like a villain. Then Spider-Man pauses and says he's realized one of the reasons Jonah has such a deep hatred for him is because he's black.